Hello. What's good?
How happy this just made me. Like, I even knew that this was happening, and I'm still just as happy. Like,
Me too, man.
What's good? How are you? Wait, where are you guys at, first off?
We are in our podcast studio.
Love to see it. Love to see it.
It's
We're up against the sidewall though, so we're not showing the full thing. Podcast video starts on Tuesday, so it's not fully done yet. It's just,
Gotcha.
That's not what we're here to promote.
Right. Anyways, excited. Again, super excited to have these events because Prism is something that, as you guys know, has been a huge part of Wake Heart thus far, and it's something that we're so proud of that you guys have been working on for so long, and I'm just excited that it's finally coming into fruition and that everybody is seeing the excitement that's coming out of it.
When was it that we were sitting at our old kitchen table and looking at the bottle for the first time?
So I honestly want to say it was last April because I think it was right after Coachella.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, we had
you remember that? We were all sitting there and it was just like, you guys had this like crazy thing, and then you guys you were like, D, I need you to see this, and you like pulled this like prism thing out. At first it looked like it was literally just a mock-up of something, and I was like, this is going to be insane. This is literally going to be insane. And this is before Wake Heart was really even like thought to be what it is today. So
yeah. Enterlight wasn't even.
We had I think we had the Enterlight sample bottles, and then we got the Prism sample bottle as well.
Right.
We all ran into Grayson's room and we like held it up to the window and tested it.
Literally, dying in Grayson's room, like hollering, screaming. Ran out to the pool and set it on the table. We were just like looking, like analyzing from different views, like seeing what it was. It was crazy, absolutely crazy.
I think that was also the day that we came up with the idea for Enterlight as well.
Yeah.
No, we had the Enterlight samples.
Yeah, so we have the 3 samples, and then
we didn't have the name yet, though.
No, we didn't have the name.
No, we just had the 3 bottles, so we didn't even know what the name was going to be. And you guys also had just like a really small sample. First, it was just the scent of Prism, and I was like, "This is different." You know, so like this is something I've never smelled before. This is going to be crazy. But we were really focusing on trying to figure out what Innerlight was even going to be called, and it was just amazing. So I'm so excited. Golly. Well, again, I'm really excited for this panel, one, to really dive into, you know, the depths of what Prism has become for Wake Heart, and, you know, what it really is going to be for all the people that, you know, have the chance to experience it and are able to really create with it. So I kind of just wanted to give you guys the floor and, you know, really dive into what you guys' thought process and inspiration came behind Prism, the fragrance.
I'll give Grayson the floor here because he had like an epiphany one day when he was sitting by the pool, and he's like, Ethan, like, there's this fragrance. I have a concept for it. We have to make this work somehow one day.
Yeah.
It was crazy. I mean, I don't even know where the idea, like, I remember when it struck me, but I don't know if there was an initial thought that like led me to think of it, or if it just came to me. It was the weirdest thing. But I remember I was laying out by my pool. It was hot, and it was like just when it was heating up, and felt the sun on me. I was feeling good, and then it just struck me, and I opened my eyes, and I was like, oh my gosh, I need to tell Ethan. And I had the idea because I always, and this is why we make crystal candles, because I always want there to be an experience that can last longer than what
the fragrance itself, the product itself.
And with this, I was like, a prism as the cap. Like you could always have it in your room as like a decoration, and at a certain time of day when the sun hits it just right, it makes a beautiful rainbow.
Prisms have always been like so fascinating to me as well. It's like how does it even work? So because I normally keep my fragrances in my windowsill. So if I have my prism fragrance in there, at one point of the day, a rainbow is going to get casted into my room.
Right. And like what was kind of like the thought process behind? So that was like, you know, the revelation of the bottle itself, but then how did you go ahead and kind of pair the scent to that experience that you felt with?
Well, I know I wanted something extremely unique.
Yeah.
And so we took a trip to New York City, and we smelled kind of like all of the base scents that go into a fragrance. So
all the notes
that get mixed together to become one.
We put on coats and goggles and stuff. We got scientific with it. It was fun.
And we learned so much that day. A lot of stuff that, I mean, it was like so much. I don't even know if I could remember every single name of all the notes and stuff like that. But we basically handpicked all of our favorite ones, like our top 10. and we
Wow.
put them together and fused them together, and we got like 5 products from that. And then we kind of just we found our favorite one out of those 5, and then we narrowed it down and made it like just like
It was like
until we thought it was like
yeah.
pretty
So
much
out of those 5 fragrances, we chose one, and then Prism, the one now that is the actual product, was like the 3rd modification of that one that we narrowed down to. So it was a long process finding
It's
this fragrance.
so good, literally. And as you guys know, I'm a fragrance connoisseur.
Yeah.
Like for y'all that don't know,
that was your
every
first
time-
impression.
The first time I ever met you, I was like, dude, you smell too good.
Every
you were
time
the best
I'm
smelling
around the
person ever.
twins, I have to like consciously expect, even though like it always catches me off guard, but it shouldn't at this point. But they always comment on how I smell, and this was before. I'm telling you guys, like this was before Wake Heart was even thought about. Like I love fragrance. So Prism for me is just like you said, it's a buildable scent, but it's just so unique. I don't have anything like it. Like I have probably, I say like 27 fragrances, and nothing touches Prism. And not like non-biased, like nothing is touching it, but it's just like I said, it's buildable. It's very versatile. You can build it up. You can make it as present as you want to be, or very subtle. And you guys definitely took your time. Obviously, you guys take your time with every scent that we've come out with, but Prism is just, it hits different. I don't know what it is. It's amazing.
Yeah, we definitely took a lot of time with Prism for sure.
Yeah.
That means a lot hearing it from
So-
you.
It's so awesome how like into fragrance all of us are, and then we get to work on this together.
Isn't that crazy?
I feel so blessed. It's like unreal.
Isn't that crazy? That's probably the biggest blessing of like knowing. I don't know. Of just like Wake Heart in general is like the biggest blessing is that us as a community, like behind the scenes, it's just a family. You know what I'm saying? It's like a people
really
of that love Wake Heart, that love what Wake Heart can be and what it is, but that see the potential in everything that we're doing, and we love our audience that we've built, and it's just like a huge blessing that we're able to share that love with each other, with everybody. I don't know.
Yeah.
I love it. So,
for those of you that are tuned in right now, like our group chat, our Wake Heart group chat is like
it's going
the
crazy
most
right
positive
now. Going crazy.
It's so fun. Like I wake up and it's always like the first thing I check, and it's just like a great way to start my day. I always start my day with a smile because of the things that we say in there. It's just like everyone works with so much passion, and it's just like truly so passionate about Wake Heart. So it's a great feeling.
Yeah. I'm upset. I'm like jealous I don't have this mustache that y'all have going on right now. Like I'm kind of
You should grow it
I
out.
took mine off yesterday.
Okay, so I'm waiting until November to try No Shave November, but we're gonna see how that works. Y'all know I can't grow facial hair, but we'll try.
I think you could definitely kill the stash.
See what I can do. But I have some questions for you guys. So
Yes.
there are a few people that have questions about Wake Heart and just a lot of the behind the scenes, and a lot of just like unique questions that you guys probably don't get asked on a daily basis. So I just pulled some questions from Twitter. So @me_is_a dancer wants to know, what is one of the proudest accomplishments so far?
Whew. I feel like every new drop tops the feeling of the last one.
Same.
You know what I mean?
I feel that.
I'm just like, wow, there's no better feeling than this, and then boom, the next drop comes about. And it's just like the same feeling all over again, but a little bit better.
Hey, literally the signature scents. I think the signature scents were like insane to me, and like I was head over heels for that. And then we went into Inner Light, and I'm just like, oh my gosh. And then we went to Candles, and it's just like every time I think we end up outdoing ourselves, but also like we see the love that everybody has for what we're doing, and it just pushes the drive and the motive for Wake Heart for me on a personal end. So I totally agree.
I'm super pumped on the Candles still. Like I literally can't come down. It's just like
I have one burning right now. Courage is burning right here.
I love seeing that. Like I sent some to my friends, and my friends also bought some, and I visited them, and just seeing my candles in their house, just like kind of creating a homely environment for them. I don't know. I'm a homebody, and I'm all about like personalizing my house to be, the perfect environment for me. And just
what is that feeling?
Creating
like?
a product that can help people do that is just like awesome.
What's that feeling like to see something that you've created, and to see something like you said, to go over to your friend's place and they're burning your candle? Like, what does that feel like?
Oh my gosh, how would you even describe that?
Yeah, I don't even. I'm really grateful.
It's such a warm feeling.
Yeah.
Like it's just like it like.
I'm really grateful that all of my friends really like the product as well too.
Yeah.
Like I'm happy that I was able to create something that people actually really like. You know what I mean? They're not just telling me that because they're my friends. Like, some of my friends, I'm running out. What do I do? I love hearing that stuff. Just like how the product's actually speaking for itself too.
Yeah, they definitely do. They definitely. I can vouch for that. So I can definitely vouch for that.
Thank you, D.
Thank you.
Another question. Let's see. What's a good one? So, another question as to what keeps you guys inspired.
The Wake Heart team, honestly. Everyone is so creative. I talked about it on our last podcast episode, actually, and I was explaining to our co-host that we have this such an amazing team of just extremely creative people, and I'm just constantly impressed every single day, and my expectations are exceeded every single day because I had this idea for a product. For example, like the idea that Grayson had for Prism, and when you have ideas like that, you start to see a campaign in your head, and you start to see photos of the product and the product shots, and just things you can only imagine. And then when the Wake Heart team actually goes and executes these shoots, like they turn out better than I could even expect, and I'm like, oh my god, like this idea for this campaign that I've had in my head for months has now, like, my expectations for it have now been exceeded. And I don't know, I'm just really, really grateful for the team and how positive everybody is and how creative everyone is and how much care they put into every project.
Absolutely. And I think too, like, something about Prism is the fact that I feel like for some reason it was much more collaborative because, you know, obviously, like, within COVID and everything like that, there are certain restrictions that other launches had that we weren't able to really navigate through. But I think Prism, we were all, like, very careful, and, like, I, you know, came to LA and just, like, helped assist with all of the behind the scenes situations. It was just like, I think it was just much more, it's everyone's baby. I feel like Prism is everyone's baby.
For sure, yeah.
To see it, like, you know, in people's hands, to see people creating with it and creating amazing work with it at that, it's just like, it just literally, it stamps a smile on my face. So I love that.
Love to hear it.
I know the feeling.
Let's see. These are some good questions. Oh, this is a good one. So, do you guys have any ideas for future products? Maybe your collection? That would be awesome.
What kind of collection? Like just a collection?
I'm guessing just the collection. I'm assuming just like future products in general. Do you guys have any ideas for kind
are we dropping hints or are we?
I'll drop a little hint.
I feel like we can do a little.
All right.
Well,
we're definitely gonna get bubbly with it. And
Okay.
that's a fact.
I will say that I couldn't test a future product out, unfortunately, because I didn't have a bath. So I used the sink and I put my hand in it, and
it was silky.
It was good. It was nice.
I mean, that's
effervescent.
it. We say nothing else.
All right.
So we love bubbles. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And that's that on that. I guess let's do 2 more questions. So what is the thought process while creating a new fragrance? Like, how do you put together scent combinations?
Scent combinations. Okay, so it's funny. Grayson and I each have our own, like, kind of personal preferences with scents.
Yeah, we have different noses.
They
look the same, but they smell differently.
I like
they have a different smelling
capability.
Yeah.
So I definitely like all the fragrances that Grayson has worn in his life. He has a very good taste in fragrance, so we'll say that. So it's not like I disagree with anything that he likes, but it's just a little bit different from my preference with fragrance. So we kind of combine notes that we personally like and then into like one fragrance and create a scent that we both, you know, love together.
There is a scent, and it comes around every like spring and summer in my mom's yard in New Jersey, and we don't know where it comes from. But there's this one little area, and there's a bunch of like plants, and
it's like a fruity scent.
It's like fruity, and I'm trying to get my hands on whatever's making that smell because I do want to bottle it. So that is a goal. That is a goal of mine, and that definitely will happen in the future. I just got to find out.
You have to find out where it's at. You need
where
like
it's coming from. But I'll drive by that little area in the yard on my quad, and it'll hit me in the face, and I'm like, oh my gosh!
What is that?
It's amazing.
Golly, and that's
I can't even like begin to describe it because I don't know what it's coming from.
What's that's gonna honestly, like, having that once you like crack the code and like figure out what it is, like, I can't even imagine what that feeling is going to be like, to be able to kind of relive all those moments from, you know, being at your mom's place or like being at home, like having that portable with you in LA. Like, that's going to be, boy. Yeah, you need to get a hound dog.
That's what I'm like kind of making for myself because like it's just so homely. Like, it'll put me right back in my happy place, like in my mom's yard and just like being with my family and everything like that. But we have an excellent team at Givaudan that we work with when we create the fragrances, and I think if I describe it to them, we'd be able to get very close without.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Without having to like
If
tear
I
up the
can't find the
yard.
sample, if I can't find the sample of where it's coming from, because my whole family has looked, we can't find.
No one knows where it's at.
It's around this one tree, but we don't know if it's if I have sniffed the tree and I can't smell it on the tree.
Yeah, it's on the bark.
I'm just imagining Ethan like putting his nose on the tree like this.
I did that.
He did. Oh, he did.
It. All right,
Yeah,
one more question.
We gotta find it.
Let's do one more. Okay, so this is something that I've actually am kind of curious about. So, what are you guys' favorite scent and candle?
Our favorite